Okay, this is the rules for stick sparring. Stick sparring is going to be a separate division. It's not going to take place in their ring with traditional forms, sparring and flag sparring. This is going to be a separate competition time, separate divisions, and for today's video, these guys are not wearing full gear, but actually for the competition they will wear full sparring gear, which includes a face mask or a padded weapons helmet. We will have either face masks or helmets, and we'll have the sticks at the tournament in September. Of course, you're welcome to bring your own if you don't want to wear somebody else's face mask or helmet or use somebody else's sticks. Kids, so under 12, those guys are going to use a 28-inch stick, and then 12 and older are going to use a 31-inch stick. The sticks are basically action flex sticks. The rounds are 1 minute long, and at each point, just like in sparring, we will stop and judges will have judges call. And when the judges call, it will be points, or it will be warnings for the warnings stated below. There's also excessive contact, which is a judgment call, just like a judgment call would be in regular sparring. All right, here's the points system. Point system is anywhere to the body, anywhere. The back, the back of the leg, below the belt, anywhere is 1 point. If there is a strike to the head, that's 2 points. And then if there is a strike that makes contact on the sword hand from the elbow down, that is also 2 points. So the only high value targets that give you 2 points is the head and sword hand from the elbow down. Now, in this case, both these gentlemen have the swords in their right hand. At any point in time in the match, you can switch from your right hand to your left hand. So if he switches from his right hand to his left hand, now his left hand becomes his sword hand, and this is the 2 point value. And the head also remains 2 point value. You may not strike with a thrust to the helmet, nor can you strike to the groin area. But everything else is a point. A jump technique adds 1 point. So a jump strike to the head instead of being 2 would be 3. A jump strike to the body would be 2 instead of 1. A jump strike to the sword hand from the elbow down would be 3 points instead of 2 points. So we're just adding for a jump. There is no additional points awarded for spins. As a matter of fact, spins fall in the same category as spins in sparring. You must see your target first, and it can't be a blind technique. So it can't be a spin where I swing the stick behind me without seeing my target. If one competitor is outside the ring and initiates his attack from outside the ring, even if he jumps from outside and scores, he's not established, he hasn't established himself in the ring, so there wouldn't be a point. So if he jumps up in the air, hits this guy, but he started outside the ring, no point. So just like regular sparring, if he has 1 foot out the ring and 1 foot in the ring, this guy can, now if he's both out the ring, we'll go this way. If he's got both feet out the ring, the judges are gonna stop this pretty quick, hopefully, just like you would in regular sparring. But this guy, this competitor, he can score. He can score because he is inside the ring. So in order for him to score, he has to reestablish himself in the ring. What's meant by 3 points of contact is that I can't be on both knees like this and score, because this would be 1, 2, 3, 4 points of contact. This is 1, 2, 3 points of contact and is the maximum. This is 4 points of contact. This is 3 points of contact and would be allowed. Obviously, less than 3 points of contact, this is 2. This would be 1, and that would be none, right? So all of those do score. This avoids people running and sliding in to hit the opponents, or running and sliding head first to hit. We don't want that kind of thing happening. You cannot disarm by grabbing a stick or grabbing a hand. There is no grabbing or grappling in this. I can disarm my opponent by hitting the stick hard enough that the stick comes out of his hand, or hitting his hand and knocking the stick to the ground. If your opponent drops the stick to the ground at any point in time, time is stopped, and the other opponent is given a point. So dropping the stick or having the stick disarmed gives the other person a point. You can't hit your opponent while he's on the ground. So if I'm going to the ground intentionally, that is the same thing as in sparring, turning your back intentionally. It's putting yourself in an unsafe position, and we'll end up giving warnings for that as well. Okay, I'm only one judge, so I'm just going to do this from a one judge perspective. These guys are not wearing full gear, so we're not going at it too crazy, but this will kind of give you an idea of what happens in a match. All right, so you will pay your respects, which could be a bow or anything that you want to do, and then we'll get into our fighting stance and go. Break. Judges call. 1 point. 1-0. Fighting stance. Go. Break. Judges call. Both of them hit each other at the same time, so there is no call. Fighting stance. Go. Break. Judges call. 1 point. 1-1. Fighting stance. All right, I don't know if I'm going to remember all these scores now. And go. Break. Judges call. 1 point. Fighting stance. Go. Break. Judges call. 1 point. Fighting stance. Go. Break. Judges call. I saw both things at the same time, so I can't call it. All right, that's a little example of how that works. There is, if two hits happen, one right after the other, we're going to go ahead and give the point to the first one that strikes, just like free sparring. So there you go. There are the rules for stick sparring competition.